it goes without saying that, of course, I like video games. I like console games, and I like having fun with video games. But there was a time before this whole phase of console gaming when you used to go to a place called an arcade, and if there was one thing that stood out about arcades, it was these machines. Some of you may have heard of them. They're called pinball machines. Now, while a lot of people have forgotten about the good old days, I have not. And if one thing stands today that has stood my entire life, it's that I fucking love pinball. This is Pinball Hall of Fame, the Williams Collection. I'm playing the 360 version, there's also a PS3 version, and I believe there is also going to be a PSP version, but I could be wrong. Finding this game is pretty tricky, as I guess you can consider it a budget title. It's going to be $40 for whatever you pick it up for. I'm pretty sure PSP version included, since they charge full price for some of those games. And I got to admit, if you like pinball, you pretty much owe it to yourself to buy this game. Like, immediately. And there you can see one of my high scores. But basically, even if you don't know how to play, as we're seeing here, they explain how to play every one of these tables in exhausting detail, from 64 to 84 pages and instructions constantly. All voiced, and they point out everything directly to you. So let's say you don't know how to play this fantastic table right here. You can look it up in the instructions. But do you really need instructions to play pinball? Do I even need to answer that? No, you do not need fucking instructions to play pinball. Yes, maybe to learn the ins and outs, but to play the actual game, to have a good time? No, you don't. Now, the coolest thing about this collection is walking around and just looking at all the tables, before even approaching them. They look just like the original tables. They're dead on. I've only seen a couple of them in real life, but let's just say they match up to about the exact same thing. And I've played through all of them at this point, and they're pretty much spot on from what I remember. And any of the ones I looked at online and put them against, aside from wear and tear, which is not visible in these versions, this is exact. You couldn't get any closer unless you slammed your head up against a real pinball table. And good luck doing that, since they have been fucking phased out by home consoles and other things. Over the span of several, I don't know, what is it, 10 years or something like that? I haven't seen a pinball table in about. So this is as close as it's gonna get. So again, if you like pinball, like me, you have absolutely no excuse. It's like a must-have from day one. And it's not the Gottlieb collection, which, although I like Gottlieb, it's the Williams collection. And Williams made some of the greatest pinball tables ever. Period. And you've got some of the greatest pinball tables here, even if some of them are a little bit cheesy, like this one is on occasion, especially when I'm trying to show, you know, how much fun this is, and I'm losing very quickly. But, you know, those are the ins and outs of this game. But my objective here is to unlock this table by the end of the review, and I damn well will do that. And that's the kind of score system we have at play here. The old-school methodology of just top your score. You don't need no fancy storyline or anything, it's just you're going for the highest possible score you can imagine, while the table rocks and rolls and makes noise and plays music and sound effects blare and lights flash, and it just looks amazing. And this isn't even on HD. This game is in HD on the 360 and PS3. You gotta see this shit in HD to really respect how much work really went into capturing the exact look and feel of these tables. But yeah, just looking at it, you can obviously tell a lot of work and care went into this. Some real pinball fanatics were behind the creation of this game. This is one of my all-time favorite tables from my childhood, and it's been replicated exactly. And the whole idea of playing through these tables again here, well, aside from just to enjoy the tables, is to beat all the challenges and to keep unlocking credits so that you can open up every table for free play so you can consistently play it without having to worry about a credit limit. Now, actually running out of credits I think is impossible, I'm not sure, but there's a challenge factor there. And coming up is a clip where I actually show what it's like when you conquer a challenge factor. Now, I'm new to this table. I don't know this table. It's called Firepower. A little subdued if you ask me for something called Firepower, but fun little table nonetheless. Some of these tables, some of them are hit and miss. This is not one of my favorite ones, but I'm trying to get used to it. I'm trying to score major points on it. And as you're about to see, there you go. Now, you just saw that the credit thing went up and everything changed, and that's because my credits have now gone up, and I'm one step closer to owning whatever table I want. Again, my table of choice, the one I want to unlock first, is Arabian Nights. I've certainly remarked a few times now that these things really lit up, really made sound, and it was like fucking insanity when it really went going. But I don't think I've shown any real examples of that. Let me show you the example that actually won me the Arabian Nights table, and that basically confines as to why I love pinball so damn much. I mean, it doesn't get more epic than that as far as I'm concerned. And with that said, now I can go rocket to the Arabian Nights table as much as I damn well please without worrying about credits. So in that case, it rules! The only thing that doesn't rule, unfortunately, is that, well, these games require a bit of skill, and if you don't come packing skill, it's gonna be quite embarrassing, to say the least.